Neverwinter does one thing particularly well: combat. Like Terra and other action-based online role-playing games, Neverwinter wants to feel like an action game, and it mostly succeeds at making your key presses and mouse clicks translate immediately into sword swings and magical projectiles. In Neverwinter, battling is fun.
Oh, hello. Do you need assistance?
But combat isn't everything, and in most other ways, Neverwinter is as shallow as MMOs come. You go from waypoint to waypoint, earning experience so fast that you could reach the level cap in a matter of days. You do all or many of the quests in a zone, get your rewards, and then move on to the next area to do the same basic things all over again. Most similar games try to disguise the inherent repetition by mixing up the rhythm with great quest writing, explorable landscapes, and whatnot. In Neverwinter, there's too little diversity. You're just killing wolves and flipping switches. And the mediocre voice acting and masses of lore can't energize it. Luckily, there is a saving grace: the Foundry, which allows other players to create quests of their own. It's not too hard to create a basic mission, and by far the best quests are those made by other adventurers. Such quests send you on time-traveling journeys, have you inhabiting a role-playing game within a role-playing game, and make you deal with the effects of stinky cheese. Too bad the game's creators couldn't match these levels of wit and passion in the quests of their own making. You can solo most of Neverwinter's Adventure Zone content, though you'll usually have an AI companion with you. Companions come in a number of flavors, but they're not very smart, and the ones that do damage aren't much help in combat. As a result, the most popular and effective companions are those like cats and floating gems that don't participate in battle, and instead offer passive bonuses. You do train your companions to become more effective, however, and doing so can take hours. You can instantly complete the process by spending one of Neverwinter's many currencies, Astral Diamonds. Those diamonds are a currency in limited supply, and you must refine them before you can use them. Plus, you're limited to how many you can refine in a day. Diamonds are used for all sorts of mundane tasks, like removing enchantments from equipment, making auction house purchases, and so forth. And so, Astral Diamonds are valuable. It should be no surprise then that you can buy publisher Perfect World's currency called Zen with real money, and then exchange some Zen for diamonds. Buying Zen and exchanging it for diamonds is a strong lure. Otherwise, you need to grind a lot of repetitive content if you want to avoid dropping the cash. Even if you don't have the best gear Astral Diamonds or any of the other currencies can buy, you can still enjoy the combat. You'll also enjoy learning new skills as you level, which you must put in an available slot that supports that kind of skill. And Neverwinter is all about that combat, regardless of which of the 5 classes you choose. Fighting is at its most robust in dungeons and action-focused scenarios called skirmishes, because the pace of group content has momentum the questing lacks. Hearing the metallic swipes of your daggers and watching your shards of ice pierce a cultist is enjoyable. And while the early 5-person group content is easy, once you're about 2/3 of the way to the level cap, the dungeons get a little trickier and actually require some tactics. Sadly, there are no large-scale raid dungeons, or really anything that you could call large-scale in Neverwinter. That is, aside from the 20-on-20 player versus player area you can reach if you're level 60 and in a guild. However, to get to the fun PvP stuff there, you first have to deal with some sluggish monster battling. How nice would it be if you could just queue up for some 40-player PvP fun? You can take part in 5-on-5 PvP battles before you reach maximum level, and they are fun at first, but there are only 2 maps in one mode, so the competition can get stale. And that's Neverwinter's main drawback: it's stale. The combat is great, but the game it appears in is shallow and light on good content. This online RPG is a minor diversion, lacking the exploration value, variety, and depth needed to make it your preferred virtual home.